Final victory Monday of the season. Happy Victory Monday, Vikings fans. 5th straight Victory Monday in a row. And with that 16-3 victory at home over the Green Bay Packers, a very frustrating, tumultuous, up and down Minnesota Vikings season comes to an end that, honestly, I guess you could kind of say, I mean, just looking at some of the comments, looking at what you see on Twitter, just hearing what you hear, the national media, kind of left a lot more questions and answers going into this offseason. But it's always nice to end the season on a high note with a nice little 5-game win streak. Yes, wins over anything else. Don't fucking care what anybody else says. Wins over all, especially for a team that expects to compete next year. Going on a 5-game win streak to end the season is important. Like O'Connell said, important for the culture, important for the future. Nice to see that they could stick to it, pull it off. But yeah, at the end of the day, it does end up being a very frustrating season. And I mean, honestly, yesterday's game was kind of a microcosm of that, right? Like the J.J. McCarthy's inaccuracies in the first half, and then I mean, lots of high moments, quite a few bad moments, and then he leaves with an injury. Honestly, it was kind of a microcosm of this entire season.
Yeah. But also, had his ups in that as well. I know someone posted like he missed Jordan Addison wide open for a touchdown, and the next throw he's on the run and throws just a dime to Ben Sims. Dude, I know another thing I saw, they said that we would be sitting at number 3 seed if we beat Chicago. Everything else would have had to roll out the same way. We'd beat them.
And we would have been playing the Packers starters yesterday.
Yeah, right. But still, so that's kind of crazy that through all of that, we're half a game away from being a playoff team, which is obviously really interesting to see how all of that goes. But yeah, for such a crazy, weird season and going to this off season, I know a lot of fans are just like ready to get here. And that's why y'all are in here right now. And I'm going to do some shout outs. And we got Bleeding Purple in here right away with the skull. Garrett in the building. Berserk GG. Let's go. Our guy, Gary. Gary, it's been a couple weeks, dude. Hope everything is going good over there, dude. Hope everything's going good. Who else we got in here? We got our guy, Big Raylan in the building. Let's go. Who else we got in here? FT Maddie. Let's get it, Maddie. Let's get it. Skull the Boa. What's going on, Nick? Young Smokey, man, what an insane year. Yeah, overall, like, even if no matter how you look at it, you went on a 5-win streak or whatever, and you're 9-8, you missed playoffs, but even like being 9-8, like, to be honest, it doesn't even feel like we were 9-8. It was a 9-8 year, which some teams would be like, it wasn't the worst, but I don't know. There's going to be some, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting offseason. That's all I can say. Hey, what's going on, Jackson?
Welcome back in, man.
Welcome in. Who else we got in here? The God, the man, the myth, the legend. Sup up, everyone. Give us one more 22. I know. I mean, nothing's official yet. We got to talk about it, though. You got to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll put some time aside for that later on for sure.
Yeah. But anyways, just back into all of this. Yeah, I mean, always good to beat the Packers. J.J. McCarthy. Well, I guess we can probably just jump into J.J. McCarthy right away here. There ain't much else to say.
No,
you're against backups. You won the game against backups. Yeah. I do want to say, because I don't have anything on defense here, I do want to say that the defense, again, like, obviously you're against backups and Clayton Tune, but Jesus, they're just, I mean, smothering. That's the best word, smothering the way this defense has played. And Brian Flores, man, he's doing everything he can to go become a head coach, which is kind of shitty. We'll talk to him a little bit more later, but Dallas Turner's getting better and better, though.
That is huge.
Yeah, bringing that up. Strip sack, another one. People still want to talk some shit about Dallas. No one can just let it be good. Like, no one can let progress be put. Some people can, but you know what I'm saying? Like, there's too many people out there who's just like wants to say how Dallas Turner sacks aren't good and how, I don't know. It's like he's young. He's like one of the youngest defensive players in the league. Like, there's progress there. Young Smokey with the 999, my guy. I really don't want to lose Flores, but all these coaching vacancies, yeah, dude, it's going to be like, there's zero question in my mind that he's the most deserving head coach prospect probably out there. But I felt like that's been the case a couple times. So we'll see what happens.
I still think Stefanski over him probably at this point. I think Stefanski I think he was handed a really shitty hand.
Yeah. And he's shown
to the end there.
Maybe he'll come back and be offensive coordinator. He's an offensive guy, right?
Yeah, he's gonna get another head coaching job.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. For sure.
Right. Come back to the Vikings. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. I read where Raiders are wanting to talk to Flores.
I read the connection.
I read somewhere I saw a report today that Brady really wants Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, I saw Vikings Central retweet. Did that actually come from a legitimate source, or is
I
that
didn't
just
even look
someone...
into it? That's why I don't think it. It don't even matter because it's not going to happen.
I mean, honestly, that would also make sense. I mean,
the only thing I would do that is you make B-Flow head coach, and then you just trade get 2 first-round picks for KFC or something.
Yeah.
But the same thing though, that's the thing with Brian Flores. Yeah, you love him, you love his coaching, and you might with Kevin O'Connell, you might like the way he handles being a defensive coordinator. You might not feel the same way with Kevin O'Connell's play calling, but I'll die with Kevin O'Connell is probably just the better leader and the better head coach of players.
And I think there's a reason why Flores is kind of viewed as someone who has grown into being a better leader. I think that I think Flores, when he gets that job, I think he will give a lot of credit to O'Connell, teaching him, kind of taking things from O'Connell on how to lead, how to have a different side of your personality, I guess.
Yeah, I think Kevin O'Connell, that's the thing with Kevin O'Connell and Brian Flores. I feel like they are kind of like that polar opposite thing where it just works well together. Like Brian Flores being around a guy like Kevin O'Connell can it can add a little bit to Brian Flores. So I think Brian Flores will go out and be a good head coach. But
and the thing about this though, that I kind of, because 3rd and 1, I mean, he ran the ball on 3rd and short a lot more near the end of the season. If it gets stuffed 3 times, that's not on Kevin O'Connell. Like, the players did not execute the play. If a run play gets stuffed 3 times, I'm sorry, that's on the offensive line, most likely.
Yeah,
to get that push. Right. Because he did run a lot. I mean, obviously, he ran a lot more the last 5 weeks of the season. And
I was still saying, I said it last week. Kevin, I don't care if you're the coach and if you can't gain any yards, that's not on a run. You can't put that all on the head coach. Or you can't even. There's no way. I mean, even the offensive, maybe the offensive line coach a little bit more, or the running back. I don't know. I just feel like that's been an issue for a while now, where I think who said it? I think it was Alec Lewis yesterday who said sometimes 3rd and 1s feel like 3rd and 30, and it's just because we can't. Because we get stuffed all the fucking time. So it's like this complicated thing where all the fans get pissed because we're not running on 3rd and 1. And not all the time, but more often than it should be, we're getting stuffed and it feels like we just wasted a play. Yeah. But you still got to do it. But that's a hard part.
But I think this is, it took him a little too long to get to that point. But isn't that a good thing? Like, eventually it's not a good thing it took that long, but eventually figuring out, like, hey, I got to change things. And now it seems like he's very open to revisiting his entire offensive philosophy going into next year, depending on the quarterback. I mean, he's said multiple times since that we're 4-8, how he might need to change things up a little bit. And he talked about, like, what can I do better scheme wise to make our offense better? So I don't know. I think, it took him a while to get there, but at least he got there. Right. Right. I mean, it's because this was a developmental season for him in a way as well, right? Like, this is the first time he's actually ever had a rookie quarterback as he was a head coach of to groom, right?
Right.
I don't know. I think it's a learning curve for him. And next year, just like with McCarthy, next year is going to be a huge year to prove, like, hey, last year you learned what you need to learn. Now put it all into effect next year. Because next year, if it starts out the same way, we can start having we'll have these conversations. I'm not ready to have any get rid of O'Connell conversations yet. Haven't been all year long.
No.
But I think we both kind of talked about it before. If it starts out this way again next year and it looks the same, then you can start having those conversations.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, that's the thing with a lot of fans. It's like you have to leave a little bit of room for error for any players, coaching, whatever. And most people don't. It's just like you have to know exactly what you're doing. That's why. Well, the turnover, not even the fans getting so, because a lot of head coaches don't just get fired after one season. Like, it has to be a terrible season, like Pete Carroll this year. Otherwise, like a coach that generally does good, like they'll go through a good couple seasons before they'll just fire somebody. So we'll see what happens here. Mason had 14 runs, 7-yard line, and we had 1st and goal from there. Then we passed 3 times and settled for a field goal, and he was averaging 5.5 carry. You're talking about yesterday, which that was fair, right? That was and then the next time we went down there, C.J. Ham got a touchdown.
Overthrew Jefferson back right corner of the end zone. Yeah.
But fuck, how many times have we been down there and ran it and just didn't go anywhere on a run?
I don't know. Like, and again,
hard,
it's frustrating. I get it. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm just saying that, I mean, it's just like he makes one mistake and just like I don't know. It's just, I just think people are way too quick. Just people that don't like him are gonna nitpick everything. And I know we're on the positive side, so we try to defend it all. I get that, but I've also multiple times I've been critical this year of Kevin O'Connell's play calling multiple times this year. So I think we call it pretty fair here. But I just think if you don't like him, you're going to be the first person to be, or don't like something he does, you're going to be the first person that every time he doesn't do that one particular thing to have to be like, see, told you. But
hey, to tone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm not done. I just think.
I think
he's shown a lot of good coaching. He's shown a lot of good coaching, and as far as like Casey said, you know, it's his first time with a rookie quarterback in that way. And you can just be like, I don't know how many coaches do that great with it. I mean, look at Drake May. His first season wasn't good. And now look at him now. So I don't know. Was Vrabel
coaches though?
They got a new coach.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it was still second. You're not dealing with a brand new rookie quarterback, especially the situation that Kevin O'Connell is with the injuries and stuff like that. But that's the thing is, again, like Casey said, that's the thing. Let's say JJ McCarthy, let's say Kevin O'Connell never figured it out. This is the same conversation with JJ McCarthy, and we can get in him. But let's say this whole season, Kevin O'Connell, JJ McCarthy, just ass combination this whole season. That is not what happened. The last 5 games, yes, bad defenses, whatever you want to say, but both Kevin O'Connell's running more. He's putting in JJ McCarthy in better situations, all that kind of stuff. Like you saw progress from your head coach and JJ McCarthy at the end of the season. So that's why for me going into next season, it's like you can't I'm not JJ McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell. Like I'm not quitting on Kevin O'Connell, who just won Coach of the Year before, after one season when we actually saw progress from his coaching towards the end of the season. So I feel like he deserves going into next season. It's not even a question because he's going to, but deserves to go into the next season and continue progressing with having such a young quarterback. And if he doesn't, like Casey said, if he goes into next season and it's looking a lot of the same and we don't get any other backup quarterback or JJ McCarthy goes down and we're fucked again. Yeah. Now you're talking about, you're not going to get much leeway there. I don't know, but
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we can sit here and go back and forth on Kevin O'Connell and the offense, yada, 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 but he's going to be here.
Yeah. The offense was clicking, bro. The offense was clicking.
And I don't want to hear, they were going up against bad defense. Cause we're going up against a lot of teams that ended up with losing records this year. So we can talk about, whatever offense, yada, yada. Defense was great. Sure. But who were they going up against? Mm-hmm. Shitty offenses. So right. I mean, it's the same thing. Like you can go both ways with that argument. So I don't want to hear bad defenses because Flores got to play against a lot of pretty darn bad offense near the end of the year too.
Not to mention Bears led the league in turnovers on defense. Eagles have a good defense. Chargers have a good defense. Like a lot of the Lions have a good defense. The Packers have a good defense. All the teams that our offenses also faced and where we lost and had those really bad games were against fucking top 10, top 5 defenses in the entire NFL. So it's so easy to be like, yeah, but it's a bad defense. But it's like, well, where are you at calling no one's out there saying JJ McCarthy played against bad defense or good defenses. So speaking of that, so I mean, we can just jump into JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, I mean, because Kevin O'Connell, he will 100% be the head coach next year.
Yeah.
Which you can ask the question about JJ McCarthy in the starting job. 100%.
Yeah. And we'll stand up for Kevin O'Connell until he does the same thing next year.
Right. So I guess does JJ McCarthy deserve to be back on this team next year? Yes. Does JJ McCarthy, in my opinions personally, does JJ McCarthy deserve to be back on the team? Yes. Does JJ McCarthy deserve to be in the running for starting quarterback? Yes. I think he's going to be the favorite next year, barring a huge trade to a Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, or bringing in someone who is either like at the end of their career and is going to be starting caliber player, that type of stuff. Totally. So I think he's going to be the front runner for the job. Does he need to be handed the job right away? No. Do we need to bring in a competent veteran backup who could potentially push him? Yes, I think we should. Yeah. And the thing that everyone's like, O'Connell's non-committal. Like, what do you want him to say? Do you want him to just pat the kid on the back? Like, he's going to be our starter next year. What does that do for him? Like, I think O'Connell again is saying all the right things. Like, everyone's bitching, like, see, he's not committing to McCarthy. It's like, it's not a good time to commit to him. Like, he hasn't shown you enough to be able just to confidently say this guy's our starter next year.
Yeah, I mean, I would also honestly, I don't think he needed to say that straight up. I didn't love his answer, honestly, in my opinion, because it did scare me a little bit. Because in my opinion, I just don't have the same as JJ McCarthy. Like, people who watch every single game, I don't know how you other than the injury thing, sure, but I don't know how you leave this season thinking like McCarthy has no chance of being good and that he couldn't use another offseason and be the quarterback, because he's shown like just even the fire he has and all those kinds of things. Like, yeah, and I don't like, as far as the whole that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen is all it takes 1 week against the Giants. Everybody's pissed off that McCarthy didn't get off the field with his hand injury, and now people are calling him weak because he pulled himself out. And you don't even, and it sounds like, even what it sounds like is like they probably win in halftime and it's like, hey, let's give it a go, and if it's not working, just we'll have you to come off. But I saw someone post like, this kid played through half of a game on a high ankle sprain against Atlanta, played the rest of the game, played the rest of half of a game on a concussion, tried to play the game where he literally couldn't hold the ball against the Giants. Like, I don't know. That part's overblown to me. I don't give a fuck about anybody's opinion on that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't remember who it was, but I literally saw someone be like, "Oh, but his throwing hand had a fracture in it," like as in like a kind of a sarcastic way, and kind of comparing him to Carson Wentz. Like, the Carson Wentz thing, non-throwing shoulder, first off, and if you're a quarterback, like that part of your hand where the fracture was, kind of important. Like, I thought that was ridiculous. Like, but they're gonna tell you, he's a young quarterback and his hand hurt. Like, it's the literal hand that he needs to use to do his job, right? Like, if I don't know, if you're a carpenter and I break both your hands, you're not gonna be able to do your job very well now, are you? And you're gonna be able to tough it out and go to work? No.
And it sounds like he's been toughing it out since the Ravens game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just,
and I don't think that at all. If anybody up from the outside looking, I was so surprised that Ben Lieber, who should be paying attention, I'm guessing he is.
Well, but I was surprised by like the theatrics of it, like having the towel over his hand and all that type of. But I mean, like, he doesn't know the cameras are on him at all. I mean, he should, but like, I mean,
dude,
I don't know.
Who gives a fuck? Are you talking about just from the theatric, from the outside looking in? Because I'm assuming like the players on the team. If you're on the team, like, is he talking about like the players on the team? Because there's the only people that JJ McCarthy should make sure to know that, he's a good leader. If you're worried about me on my couch thinking JJ McCarthy is a pussy for what he did, who gives a fuck about that? Like, that's the same thing with the 9 thing and all the media people thinking that he needs to get media trained for what? So for your opinions, for people on their couches' opinions, the only people's opinions that matter is the people on his team. Like, if it doesn't fuck with, like, with the whole thing with 9 and all that stuff and what everything JJ McCarthy says and it's cheesy, if I'm JJ McCarthy and I can make it and that shit doesn't bother me, then do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because it's the only one. It's only you it's only you. If it affects you, then yeah, you should probably not do that. But if you want to do that and don't give a fuck about what everyone else opinions are.
And it is the perception that, like, the play on the field needs to match the attitude. I think that's kind of the other side of it. But I don't know. But again, I thought.
Yeah, but to who? It needs to be like that to who?
Right.
Unless their teams are bothered by it. And if your teammates are bothered by it, different story. If I'm bothered by it, fuck me. Who gives a fuck what my opinion is? Unless unless you care so much, if JJ McCarthy cares so much that I think that, and that could happen. It could be a possibility, but him going out there and doing the fucking gritty after that made me think like he isn't giving as much fucks as people think he is.
Right. And I think, and you do got to admire the confidence. And like, look, and I know people are saying, oh, he's hurt again. Imagine that. Like, it was the same injury that he went out there and tried to tough out for a game of football because he wanted to get out there and put a little bit more on tape. Right. Like, the people bringing up, I mean, like, the health thing is a concern. I get that, but calling him out for this game is absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's stupid. Like,
it doesn't make sense from everything.
He knew he was injured. If he came out of the game, I wasn't going to be surprised. Like, give him credit for at least trying to tough it out. And like you said, like people giving him shit, like, oh, it's a bad thing if he doesn't report his own injuries, and then he reports his own injuries. Like,
I know,
man, this
that's
guy's
why
an absolute pussy. Like,
right.
People are just so freaking hard to please, man. I just don't. And I don't know if Kevin. I don't think he ever said he was 100%. He just said he went through a full day of practice and said he was just going to kind of. I don't think he ever actually said 100%.
8.5 out of 10.
That was a pain. He said McCarthy himself said that was a pain level. And 8.5.
Yeah, he just said the pain level.
Yeah, but I mean, but I don't know. But Kevin O'Connell didn't like. He never. I don't think he ever actually said he's 100%. Yeah,
I didn't hear that anyways. So anyways, JJ McCarthy. But back to just him in general. Obviously, we got a lot we're going to talk about him probably. Obviously, a lot of the stuff throughout the offseason, the Joe Burrow thing. I mean, I'm still like, if you can make that happen, I think anybody's trading for Joe Burrow. But just like Nick said earlier, there's just not a chance. There's no way. If I'm the Bengals, I'd be like, fuck you. You made us pay for T. Higgins. Fuck you. You're staying on this team. So I just don't see that happening. And I'm just going to go against everybody else in the general public here. And I know the reports are coming out with the Vikings really looking for another quarterback. Like, I think they're going to really do that, but to the extent of like it could be everything's on the table, like a replacement for McCarthy, or at the very least, someone who is going to have a good shot at beating them the competition thing. I don't think there's going to be a legit, in my opinion, I don't think there's going to be a legit, and I'll say this until I'm wrong. I don't think there's going to be a legit competition against JJ McCarthy. I think you're going to bring someone in there, unless he gets injured or something like that again. But I've just never seen it. Like, you've seen a quarterback who showed progress I was impressed enough with in these last 5 weeks, in my opinion. I mean, he had 9 touchdowns in the last 5 weeks. He had 9 touchdowns with 2 fluke interceptions. This last game, yes, he had two plays this game that were one of those those plays where you're like, yeah, you should have just never made that throw. That's a rookie mistake type of thing, which happens all the time with all the quarterbacks. I've seen stupid throws by Patrick Mahomes that he shouldn't have even tried to make, and he does, like, from all the quarterbacks. But then he still finished, what was it, 14 for 23, 180 yards. If he would have finished that game, maybe he would have had 200 yards. All those kinds of things. I know people are talking about Trinidad Chambliss, which I'd have to look into him. Maybe this offseason I'll look into him more. But you're also talking about a guy that fucking it's the wave. It's the roller coaster. This guy comes in and has those big big game and has three throws in a row where he escapes the pocket, escapes a bunch of stuff.
He's been really good this year overall, though.
Overall, but how good? I mean, he's projected 4th round pick. Maybe he's going up and down.
Well, he filled because their main quarterback got injured a couple.
Which I haven't looked at him personally outside of that last game. Their main quarterback
got injured a couple weeks in. He came back. So if he came out now, he'd be a mid-round pick. But he's one of those guys. If he does get that 6th year of eligibility, he'd probably come back next year and put himself into the first round conversation.
Yeah, and you're also talking about a guy. So how old is he? 23.
Yeah, 23.
23. So I mean, he's a full year older than JJ McCarthy.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be a fun mid-round pick. I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't. I mean, this year if he comes out just to get another guy.
I mean, I would do that. I would probably if they brought in another rookie for competition of something is different than. I just don't never see like McCarthy's shown enough. I'm a supporter of his, but he's shown enough for me at the end there where I don't get, other than the injury thing, I don't get why you would be your top 10 pick, your rookie, why you would not want to see him have a full offseason of being healthy.
And that's it. And I think the big thing is going to be, because look, O'Connell's going to know pretty early on if he worked on the things that he wanted him to work on this offseason, right? Like if he comes in and the mechanics are polished and he just kind of comes in, 100% healthy, kind of knowing how last year went, I think it's going to be a good sign. So yeah, I think 100% they need to bring in a legit veteran backup because the thing is,
I do think that for sure.
You can't bet on McCarthy staying healthy. And that's the main point of all this. Like you need a guy that can come in and win you football games who's not Carson Wentz if it kind of goes down this road. So like that's what this team desperately needs, right? And if you get halfway like through the offseason and McCarthy's not where he's supposed to be, then you bring in that backup. McCarthy sits for a year. But like the hope is that McCarthy's played 10 games. He's shown improvement, And now it's do all the other stuff that we need you to do. Come back next year, show us you put this all together, and we'll go from there.
I think Gary's actually being serious. Like, I don't think he's shading you. Here, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's way too soon to give up on someone that's his age and he's done what he did this year and worked on things especially when Kevin O'Connell put the offense kind of more in his favor.
Keep it going. Give me 1 more minute.
So I'm not. And I mean, me and Jamie basically said it all year. Like, we're not out on McCarthy. I get it. The injury thing, major concern, 100% understand that. But I don't know. I just think it's way too early to push him off to the side here. Need a center for sure. And that offensive line, I mean, it's basically, outside of center is basically solidified for him next year, right? Like, you're going to get a healthier Christian Darrisaw. You're probably going to restructure, extend Brian O'Neill. I mean, Will Fry is already locked up, as is Donovan Jackson. So center really is the main question mark. Jamie being a dad. Yep, Jamie's got to go do his dad duties. He's leaving me here by myself. That taunting call, he has a lot to learn. And that's fair. And that's it's just, and look, like, he can be himself. Like he can be, I mean, if he wants to talk about the nine stuff, you go ahead and do that. If he wants to, I don't hate the gritting into the end zone. I probably get into the end zone first, then gritty. Like, I understand all that type of stuff, but it is, and I understand being yourself. But as a professional, as a leader, as a quarterback, eventually you do kind of have to control those emotions, especially in a time like that where you didn't even get the first down and now you're putting your team in 2nd 19. And I think that's kind of what O'Connell was getting after. Like, appreciate the stiff arm and getting the yardage. Don't need to lower the shoulder into the guy. Just get out of bounds, especially that early in the game on a down that's not that important, and just keep the emotions in check so that you don't put yourself in a bad spot like that. But anyway, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously a lot of talk. I mean, there's already been reports about what's going to happen at quarterback going into the offseason. Man, Deanna Rossini reporting that pretty much like nothing is off the table, which who really knows what that means? I mean, they could go big game hunting and explore a big time trade, or they just could go, trade for a backup quarterback, trade for someone who could compete. We'll see what they decide to do, but I 100% understand it. Like, you can't bet the season on McCarthy staying healthy, but I think he's done enough to where this team can be like, hey, if he comes in and works on what we need him to stays healthy, I think he can be the guy that we drafted number 10 overall. And I think he has the right stuff mentally. He's shown that this year. I mean, there's plenty of times the kid could have crumbled. I mean, all the memes made about him early on, people talking shit when he missed those 5 weeks, even throughout the end of the year here, people still kind of giving him flack. Like, he easily could have just quit this year and completely went into a shell and gave up. But he didn't. He bounced back and made some improvements. So at least there's a feeling that he can come back next year and start. Aren't they over the side? Yeah, they are. But I mean, you can't imagine they made all these signings without having a plan. I mean, I think there's about 3 or 4 names they could just straight up cut. And I think there's, with some cap rollover, I think they would end up being about 10 million under. Plus there's some other moves that they can make as well. So I don't have any concerns about the cap space. I mean, it's the NFL. They always find a way to work their way around the salary cap. So kind of remains to be seen there. Yeah, if Jamie has any more on McCarthy, I'll let him kind of. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about him before we get off here. But one of the big things that here he comes. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Allen and Hargrave's cut. I would say Hargrave for sure, just because I think there's less of a dead cap hit with him. Allen remains to be seen. I mean, he played better at the end of the year, but obviously did not live up to that contract. We'll see what they do. But those are two names definitely to look at. I think it was those two, Hawkinson and Ryan Kelly, and I think you can save about like $20-some million worth of cap.
Million.
Do you have anything else on McCarthy at all?
On McCarthy, did you say anything? So one thing, actually, give me a second here. So McCarthy, overall, we're gonna have plenty to talk about him through the offseason. My opinion stands right now. I don't think there's going to be a real quarterback competition. I think they're going to grab a veteran, a good one that they feel like can come in. But I just feel like you don't want to risk stunting J.J. McCarthy's growth when he showed progress at the end of the season. If he didn't show that progress, it could be a whole different story. But that's just my opinion right now. Another opinion is, when there's if there's one really important player who needs to meet a certain milestone or whatever, at least you can count on JJ McCarthy to come out and make sure he gets it. And that's why our guy JJ McCarthy or our guy Justin Jefferson needed his 1,000 yards. Obviously, Brosmer had a hand in this as well. They made sure not just JJ McCarthy, but Kevin O'Connell, talk about leadership and head coaching. JJ McCarthy come out here, make sure Justin Jefferson gets his 1,000 yards. Brosmer comes in, pushes JJ McCarthy or Justin Jefferson over 100 yards. So it's like a bonus, right? Like you needed 1,000. We need to keep Justin Jefferson happy. Let's get him over 1,000 yards. But know what? Let's also get him 100 yards on the game that he hasn't seen a single time on U.S. soil. And another thing, and that's the reason why we're going to give away this Justin Jefferson card today. So get the hashtag Skulls in the comments, like the video, and subscribe if you're not already. But get the hashtag Skulls in the comments for the Justin Jefferson card right here. What's your thoughts on all that?
It was one of those things. Basically, you knew that O'Connell was going to try to force feed Justin Jefferson the ball. And it's kind of crazy, right? Like, they found ways to do it. So why not do that when games matter earlier on in the season, which is another thing I guess you get on O'Connell for.
Yeah, no, that's
like the little pop pass thing. That would work normally. Just get the ball into Justin Jefferson's hands no matter what. And I know you're going against backup defense. I get that. But that's what he showed us. That's what they showed us yesterday. Like, you get the ball into Justin Jefferson's hands, and guess what? Good things happen. And it's going to open up the entire rest of your offense.
Dude, one thing about him this year that maybe we just didn't see it enough, or these last couple of games, is just how good he is at running after the catch. Like,
right. Everyone
like
loves
within what would you call what's that called? Like when it's at the line, like it's not through, it's like kind of through traffic, but it's like generally when you think of a wide receiver fighting through traffic and things like that, it's like further in the field. But if it's behind the line of scrimmage, like some Deebo Samuel type stuff.
Or like even like, because everyone talks about how like Jamar Chase is better than Justin Jefferson because he's able to kind of get the ball and run with it. Like, we don't give him enough and that's what I found out for sure. We don't give him enough opportunities to do that.
Yes.
And that is something we should do more often, obviously. Like, just that little pop pass. He got how many yards off that thing? Like, that type of stuff works. The dude's a dynamic playmaker for a reason. Get the ball into his hands and let him do his thing. And that is something that O'Connell does need to do better next year for sure.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one gripe you can definitely have against yard. Well, no, I know it's yards after the catch. But it's a difference doing it obviously from like a 2-yard catch, and then he dekes like 3 people, goes through like 4 people. Like you're catching. I don't know if you like call it catching the football in the box. I guess maybe like you're catching it in the box. Or out of the backfield, like all those out of the backfield in the box compared to like your 10-yard, crossing route or something like that, or slant, and you break some tackles and get some yards and things after that. I guess it really comes down to yards after the catch in like short spaces, like being able to go through players in short spaces and things like that. I don't know. So I'm figuring out. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. And it's just something we've seen from him. Obviously, you got the couple things. Thinks he stays. You got the play in this game. That's what you're talking about. Like with Justin Jefferson coming around, you do the little pitch to him right in front of you. We did 2 of those, I think. But those kinds of things, like if Justin Jefferson's like, if he can't touch the ball, you should like have that as a play no matter what. Like if it's 5 minutes in the first quarter and Justin Jefferson hasn't touched the ball yet, automatically you got to call that play, regardless if it works or not.
Well, what we've seen in the last 2 weeks, kind of going back to the Addison. Here, yes, 100%. I know a lot of people hate Jordan Addison. Oh, he didn't show up at the end of the year, dropped a lot of balls. Yeah, everyone dropped a lot of passes, right? But you want to talk about getting the ball into your playmakers' hands. The last 2 weeks are great representations of that, right? Get Justin Jefferson his 1,000 yards. You got him the ball, ends up getting 100 yards pretty damn easily. And yes, you're going against backups. I get that. But just finding creative ways to get him the football, perfect, right? 100%. Like that's awesome. And then last week, Jordan Addison, get the ball into his hands. And what does he do? A game sealing.
I read it too, Evil, didn't I?
And what does he do? A game sealing 65-yard touchdown. So like that's the thing with the
maybe I did it
right. Like sometimes you don't necessarily you don't drop passes, whatever that type of stuff this year popped up a lot. But when the ball is in these guys' hands, that being Jefferson and Addison, they make things happen. 100%.
Yeah. And I'll just read Two Evils thing. Obviously, these are not my words. These are his words. Between McCarthy and Kwesi, team doomed for a decade. No.
I think we said thanks for the 199. I kind of just ignored the words though.
But that's the thing. That's fair though. If you're gonna, I'll say those words. If you're gonna put some money out there, I mean, I'll say the words. It's all good. Round pick should be
199, and you'll say whatever they want.
Basically, yeah. Anybody in here, I'll say whatever you want, as long as if you put anything. So hey, it's up to you guys. Get creative. Anyways, again, everybody, Justin Jefferson card, giving it away. 1,000 yards, 100 yards last game, making this guy, keeping him happy. One of the only opinions that really matter about J.J. McCarthy, and he's standing behind his quarterback. Get the hashtag goals in the comments, like the video, subscribe, all of that. You left it. Hey, see what happens. You guys brave enough? You guys brave enough?
If anything, if McCarthy is bad again next year, go draft a quarterback in. Yeah,
that's it.
I'm 100% down with that. And if that
same with Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I mean next year's huge. Like this is a huge offseason for both. I mean, it's a huge.
Gary's actually the only one I'm actually afraid of.
For literally everybody involved in this organization. It's a huge offseason going into next season. It's absolutely huge.
Dare me to? No, I'm scared now. I'm scared.
I dare you to make Jamie say something for money. I'll do it. I'll dare you.
You just can't have the word "I" in there. That's the rule.
Now you're
you can put Casey in there though.
No, you can't.
You can definitely put Casey in there. But yeah, so that's where it comes to Kevin O'Connell and J.J. McCarthy. I think that relationship deserves one more year. It just has to. You drafted a top 10 pick. Kevin O'Connell was head coach of the year at one point, whether you think he deserved it or not. I think, yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, I do. And that's why I'm like, I don't think J.J. McCarthy should have real competition. I don't think that's good for J.J. McCarthy. As far as the number one goal, if your number one goal, unless Kevin O'Connell and that coaching staff literally like this kid it's impossible. Even though we saw him do some crazy shit that we've all dreamed our quarterback would be able to do.
That is true. Yep.
For sure. So it's like, I don't know. Like, how do you, I just think you're like, what's the best thing? Two things, actually. What's the best thing for the development of J.J. McCarthy? One thing for sure is to not have someone else come in here and take his job going into a second season when he finishes strong this one. The other thing, though, is for Kevin O'Connell. Like, if you think your job could be on the line, you need to win next year. And that would be the big question. Like, is that enough? Where you're like, hey, it's not even, our jobs are on the line. We got to just do what we got to do to try to win no matter what, which could be a possibility. Yeah. But that's not what you want. You don't want that.
Though I'm a little differently like where I do kind of like how Kevin O'Connell and look, and JJ McCarthy kind of echoed those comments as well. Like I do like that O'Connell kind of said like, yeah, we're not just going to name this guy starter. Like, I mean, he started this year, he improved, which he said, but yeah, we'll go through the offseason and see how it goes. And McCarthy himself, like, do you think you deserve to be the starter here next year? He's like, today I think I do, but tomorrow I don't know. Like, basically that's his way of saying like, I think I've done enough, but I have to keep showing it. I have to keep proving it. I have to keep improving so that there's no question in their minds that I am that guy. So I think he's echoing those sentiments of like, I think I've done enough to where I should definitely be the favorite for the job, but understanding that I have to keep improving and keep going to work every single day. Because if I don't, then everything's on the table. So I think I don't know. I like how they both responded to that question.
Yeah, and that's one thing that like really confused me about JJ McCarthy. Like I get like the cheesy thing sometimes for sure, but there's so many things like what you just said, as well as like JJ McCarthy's the only guy that can be like, this was all on me. It's not all my teammates. They're great and that, and then everyone's like, Jesus, fucking ego. Yeah. God damn. Right? This kid's was he a trust fund kid or something? I'm like, I don't get that. Like I've never once heard him say like a real egotistic thing at all. So that part's always really confusing with that too. I mean, they're just people. He's just the punching bag. He's a punching bag. It didn't even matter that he ended the season pretty fucking good, honestly. It was just like the 9 thing, and then the Packer game and the Bears game just kind of is just stuck there. But it is what it is.
That is one thing I will say. Like, I do think he is like, it's weird, just unfairly overanalyzed for things. It's just, it is kind of,
it is what it is. But obviously, again, media thing, as long as that doesn't affect JJ McCarthy and the coaching staff and all those kinds of things, unless, I can't imagine, unless, oh my gosh, the Wilfs, unless the Wilfs are just like, oh, you guys are making us a laughing stock. Like, we don't want that shit.
Which, again, I also saw people say the Wilfs are bad owners. I don't think anyone that says the Wilfs are bad owners, you have not been around some other Minnesota sports teams. And that's all I will say to that. The Wilfs have done whatever it takes. They think it takes to try to win. Back when we thought we were a quarterback away, they gave Rick Spielman the ability to go get the top quarterback on the market in Kirk Cousins and pay a contract that we've never seen before, 100% guaranteed.
Ooh,
so
I like this.
Just anybody out there saying that the Wilfs are bad owners I cannot agree with you at all.
Yeah. I like this. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
if you do lose Flores, go get Morris, dude. Because he put the 49ers defense that year was fucking insane the year before he became a head coach. Right? That's 49, or was he with the Rams?
He was with the 49ers. Rams. He was with the Rams.
Fuck,
because remember it was McVay, O'Connell, and Raheem Morris.
Which was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers that got picked up that same year? He was the other highest.
Robert Saleh?
No, it was an ex-NFL player.
Who's defensive coordinator for the
49ers? I swear. I know Jonathan. People are talking about Gannon too.
Yeah,
he's a good relationship with KOC. Fuck, who am I thinking of? It's gonna bother me. He's got to be I don't know. Defense coordinators. I have to look it up. It's gonna bother me unless I'm just completely wrong. But I'm like, there's no way.
D'Amico Ryans.
D'Amico Ryan. Yes. Yeah. Where did he? Texas. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah. He was. Oh, yeah. He was also with San Fran. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what it was. D'Amico Ryans. That's what I was thinking in my head. Yeah. D'Amico Ryans. If you were able to get him as your defensive coordinator, that'd be sick. But obviously, yeah, I was confused. Sorry, confused all the time. But I did remember that it was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. So give me some points.
Yeah, that's good. That's good for you.
Anyways, keeping on moving on here, because yes, the JJ McCarthy thing, I still, at the end of the day, I still think that it was better for him. I don't care what anyone else says. It was better for him to come in this game, gut it out for a half and do what he did compared to just not play at all and just be out for the season. I think it was better for him to do that. Ultimately, of course, Justin Jefferson gets his 1,000 yards. So that was a big one there. What's going on, T-Bass? Good relationship with Kevin O'Connell means you'll be there 1 year, then you're gone when Kevin O'Connell.
Nah, I mean, that defense does so well that after we win a Super Bowl, that guy gets a head coaching job, probably.
Yeah, I know, right? Probably.
100%, not probably. It's happening.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Anyways, obviously, some good things do come to an end here. Luckily for Justin Jefferson, that wasn't the case. For these guys, it seems like it. No one. It's like, just say it. The writings, I can't be more clear. I've never everyone's wearing Harrison Smith jerseys. C.J. Ham, everything he said. We can talk about them both here, but we'll start with Harrison Smith here. Obviously, it seems like Harrison Smith is going to retire, and pretty much, it'd be wild for him to not. Maybe though, you never know. You've seen it from other players like Brett Favre and things like that, and I would love to see that. Maybe Harrison Smith just gets that itch, like I need to come back. Maybe Brian Flores stays, and Harrison Smith's like, nah, I'm staying. Harrison Smith, though, just assuming that he is going to actually retire, is some shit. Actually, that's what I got. I did it again. So I got both of them. I got both of these on for this show. Harrison Smith, my GOAT my favorite defensive player of all time, regardless of team. Obviously, I pick a Viking, but regardless, that's the dude. This was 14 years. Longest tenured Viking I've ever seen in my life. Just through our whole Viking, since we were What year was he drafted? 2000 and
I mean, he was drafted in 2012. Played till
so right out of high school.
So I think they said it was 14 years. How long did Chad Greenway play?
Good question. God,
no, he
couldn't
was
have
around
been that long.
Quite a bit. He played from 2007 to 2016. So he played like 10, 11 years. So yeah, so Harrison Smith, he has to be, especially in recent memory, he has to be up there.
Yeah, actually, pretty soon here. I don't know the plan. I might give this away like at the end of January, and especially when he officially. We want to get some hype going though. But if you want to see what an autographed Harry is worth, we're gonna give one away definitely soon. This is the first card I'm gonna give away. That's a big card for obvious reasons. So definitely keep coming back and sticking around.
Yeah. And that is kind of crazy to think about. Like 39 interceptions feels like a lot. But yeah, he is. I mean,
yeah, I know.
It feels like Paul Krause's record is untouchable. Like,
yeah,
I don't know if it doesn't. I don't feel like a player is ever gonna even sniff that. Like, ever.
Unlike the sack record, Myles Garrett passing that. Do you see Michael Strahan?
Yeah,
which was funny. So I was like,
he has something to say about a quarterback giving you a sack. It had to have been a little tongue-in-cheek joke by Strahan there, because
but he was just saying like we played 16 games, y'all played 17 games, or whatever. Which I'm like, I saw that coming. I'm like, that's fair. I would be saying that shit, but they did sacks per pass play or whatever, and Myles Garrett actually played less. There was less pass plays against Cleveland's defense than there was for any other player, including Strahan and Reggie White. So then I was like, oh shit, if that's the case, then I'll give Myles Garrett I'll give him the heads up there.
Yeah. Well, Myles Garrett, dude's a beast.
Yeah, no, that play, did you watch like the final sack or whatever?
Yeah.
Like the timing and speed off. I had to rewatch it like 4 times, just be like, there's no way he wasn't offsides. And I'm like, he wasn't, dude. He's just, how do you do that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But anyway, go back to Harrison Smith. I mean, what a career. I mean, just phenomenal guy on and off the field. I mean, kind of a little bit of a career resurgence at the end of the year here. Had a couple of really nice weeks to end it, which is why a lot of people thought, hey, maybe he comes back for one more ride. He sure made it sound like this is the end. I mean, look, if Flores comes back, I think there's a better chance that he could stick around, but it does just feel like the writing's kind of on the wall. Like he's going to take a little bit of time to think about it, but it just, with the way that the emotion in the stadium yesterday, like you said, people wearing the 22 jerseys, some of the guys with the Notre Dame 22 jerseys, literally the ref, like Kevin O'Connell letting the ref know to announce, like, we're taking a timeout for Harrison Smith. Like it feels like the end is coming, and it's kind of scary to think about, because losing Flores and losing Harrison Smith, like that's a huge
leadership by itself. And just the way unfortunately, the safeties group's shaping up to look like, where it's like before it didn't really feel like it was going to be like such a big lot, because you're like, he's 36 now.
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, we got Theo Jackson and a hurt Metellus at this point. Theo Jackson, like, pretty sure he didn't even start anymore. Yeah, I know, that was really nice sack. But still, I mean, I could have got a sack against Clayton Tune in that game. You know what I'm saying? Not really, but
could have tried.
Yeah, I mean, we were just smothering him. It was crazy.
Yeah,
that's why Flores is that's gonna be hard. Wait till Brian Flores gets his hands on Myles Garrett, becomes a Browns head coach. Dude, I bet you he would be licking his chops. But it's not what is the best head coaching job, you think? I have to look at the list.
What's all
the Buccaneers
open right now? I mean, the Raiders, they're probably getting rid of Max Crosby. That kind of puts them, and they don't have a quarterback, but they have the number 1 overall pick. So like that always helps. Like that makes it a much more desirable location for a coach, because you have the number 1 overall pick. So I think the Raiders are going to be up there. The Giants, I think, are up there. I think the Giants have to be. I mean, that defensive front is fantastic. Too evil. Jamie and Casey know McCarthy was on Epstein Island. Yeah.
With the 199, Jamie and Casey know McCarthy on that. That'd be crazy. Yeah. I was about to be bad. I was going to say not as a guest, but that's pushing it. I mean, he was like, how old was he during the Epstein Island thing? Okay. That was bad. No. The New York Giants.
That's up there. I mean, you have a quarterback. You're going to get Malik Neighbors back. You have Scatabo at running back. You have some good guys on the defense. I do think the Giants are definitely up there for sure. But the Raiders, I still think the Raiders are going to be number one. I mean, you have Tom Brady in the building. You have the number one overall pick. You can go whatever direction you want with that. So I think that's definitely desirable. So the Titans, you have Cam Ward, but like, what else do you really have on that team?
What's going on, Angel? I had to see the limits. Hey, that wasn't you didn't even touch them yet. You didn't touch the limits yet. Yeah, dude. Harrison Smith, sad stuff. Another guy though we got to talk about here because we're gonna be able to talk. He gets it. Jimmy said not a guess. Yeah, I don't know. Did you get that, Casey?
That he was the one. Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Don't YouTube. Don't listen. Okay. Anyways, C.J. Ham, a guy that C.J. Ham, our guy, right here, Duluth, Minnesota, Denfeld High School, all that good stuff. That one. It's a tough one, man. Harrison Smith, like, arguably my favorite Viking of all time. And then obviously C.J. Ham, someone that I know and watched him through high school and then just goes off to college, which I didn't really get to pay tons of attention when he was at Augustana because I'm like, that's just like a random college team or whatever for me at that opinion. But then seeing him get a shot with the Vikings and then now 10-year career, 2 Pro Bowls, all that kinds of stuff, man. Like those two, if there's like 2 players, because CJ, I would have never he was super good in high school and things like that, but you just like, you don't know what it looks like for like, even like to go on the Vikings and have a 10-year career there and then be able to, you don't see that barely ever happen for any player ever. Same with Harrison Smith, where they go to one team, last over 10 years and then retire with that team. And it's just mind blowing to me. Like, what's the odds for CJ Ham? Well, like CJ Ham, Duluth, Minnesota, plays for the hometown team that's the Vikings, on there for 10 years and then retires for them. Like, has that even happened before? Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
What's it like having a hometown kid, just stay home throughout his entire career? What's that like? Unfortunately.
Carrie says, Jamie, have you ever tackled CJ? I have tackled him. Obviously, he doesn't remember it. I'm probably the lowest skilled player he's ever been tackled by, but I was in, if anyone doesn't even know, it's not a huge story. I was in 8th grade. He was on the other team. And then I basically shoelace tackled him, basically got ran over. But at the end of the day, I took that out because it's kind of weird so a thing with CJ that's interesting. When I met CJ, I was in 6th grade when I met him. I went to the same middle school as he did. And then my 7th grade year, I transferred to a different middle school. The school he played for sucked. It was like CJ was like by far the best player, but I knew he was really good. So when I went to the other school, basically nobody even really knew who CJ was except for me. And so that's why I knew that I wanted to try to tackle him back then. And then everybody was on the same team for high school. So there's that. There you go. Fuck that. You popped his ass. I mean, someone got popped, but it was definitely not him. But at the end of the day, it was still tackle. I don't know. If there was stat sheets, it'd be on there. Anyways, but no, for real though. It's just been so cool to be able to actually witness somebody do that from my standpoint and everything. And then be able to even do a podcast and be able to, just kind of hype him up a little bit, tell people that everyone thinks he's getting overpaid. And I just be like, I think he should get paid more and da. So it's cool to root for someone like that, but it's crazy that it is coming into the end here.
Yeah, and he's 100% done. Like the way he made it, like the way he put it in the locker room, like it's
I'm like, there's no way.
Basically admitted he's done. He's out. Like it's time, and I get it. I mean, the fullback is like it's kind of a dying position in the sport. You made it for 10 years
for 10 years on the Vikings, and not to mention like your job is to run face first into I mean, defensive ends, linebackers that are flying through gaps, safeties, all that kind of stuff. And that's your whole job is to smash them.
Nice to see him get that touchdown yesterday.
Yeah. So hopefully, yeah, exactly. And that's another thing too. I mean, that was another really cool moment. And when we because we're going to try to make the best Harrison Smith retirement video that we can possibly make, as well as the C.J. Ham one, which the Vikings did us a big favor because I think ending it with his final touchdown would be super dope. But yeah, C.J. Ham gets the touchdown, gets another catch too in this game that was kind of bobbled, got a first down. So I think for C.J., man, if he retired now, like talk about a story, like just a storybook ending to his career, to just, they give him that touchdown against the Green Bay Packers of all teams. It's pretty cool. Harry ain't retiring.
I bet you
It'd
on
be
that
crazy.
one. I bet you on that one. Nothing wrong with a hit and wrap. If you get ran over, there's a good chance he'll trip on you. Tackles.
That's basically what it was.
In my days of high school football, like I was not good. I'm not an aggressive person.
I wasn't good either.
I was terrible. But so I was playing JV, and like I think I was playing. I think I was offensive line, and literally my shoulder still hurts to this day. I got a freaking terrible stinger. Like I literally just kind of got up. Someone hit me. I fell over. I get off the field. My coach goes, "That's the best play I've ever seen you make." I'm like, cool. I got hit. Like did not try to do anything, but I will take that. I will take that's the best play I've ever seen from me. Even though I literally got hurt and my shoulder killed me after that. I got a terrible stinger. My left shoulder still bothers me.
Oh my! I'm used to swim to Superior to cleanse himself with Jamie's tackle. Yeah, something like that. That was he was so embarrassed by that tackle that he became the person he is now. Ever since then, he was like, "I'm gonna let this guy do that." But no, I mean, I was lucky to even be on the field. Luckily, that's what I was saying. He was his team was really bad back then. He was literally the only good player on that team. My team that year went undefeated and won the championship, but no big deal. It wasn't because of me, but I was on the team, so it still counts. Even the backups get a Super Bowl ring, right? Did you, Harry, say if you had your heart to play, you play? He has it in his heart. So this is the only scenario I kind of see when it comes down to that. Is like, one, Harrison Smith had everybody wearing his jersey. He had family members there. Just the way the team did stuff, everything seems like it. But it wouldn't be crazy for all that to go like, it's not the craziest thing. All that happens, and all of a sudden he's just like, I don't think I'm done yet.
I mean, hell, Philip Rivers got 4 years into retirement and decided he wasn't done yet.
I know. Yeah, it's not possible.
I mean, a guy that was watching.
I'll get one, Gary. I'll get one.
Like he might not come back, but keep himself in shape, and then if we're in the playoff hunt by midway through the season, he'd come back midway through the season.
Yeah,
which would be interesting. But
yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of how everything plays out here. Yeah. But I think you're right. Like CJ also, it sounded like it wasn't like confirmed, but even I heard through the grapevine that it most likely, it wasn't like they weren't like confident, but they're like, yeah, more than likely. And I think, like you said, after that, I don't know, after what he said, it doesn't get more of a stronger retire other than literally saying I'm officially retired. Yeah.
So I mean, him just how did he put it? Basically, just like it's been fun, but it's time for me to go be with my family, watch them grow. Like, yeah, that sounds to me like a retirement speech if I've heard one.
158 tackle junior, and I bet you 20 of them are people tripping over me, if not more hit and weep. Yeah. Young kids, has young kids. He still needs to make bank. I mean, this dude's a millionaire. It'll be interesting to see what he does. It'll be interesting. I'm sure there's going
to be a ton of community work considering he's been the Walter Payton manager.
Yeah. He's going to be doing a lot. It does seem like it'll be a lot of that kind of living, I think, which will be great. Like, and it's just like he's like that. That's the one thing is like, I think he'll be able to handle it perfectly. But I mean, it's got to be tough for a lot of people who come from Minnesota. Like, he's always just going to be that Minnesota grown guy who's like probably just has it's his community, right? Minnesota's his community his whole life, pretty much. So I'm sure like it's easy for him to like finish. Dude, it's just like, what a life, you know? Like, what a life. You play for your favorite team. You play for 10 years, and then you just get to be like that good guy in town that does a bunch of good shit all the time. Mm-hmm. Good for him, man. Good for him.
For sure.
Anyways, so CJ, obviously we'll talk about more of that. We'll get them all that stuff official. Me, like I said before, me and Casey are gonna work on some, hopefully, we'll see what happens when we're done with them, but hopefully some really good videos for both of them that are I'm hoping for them to be epic. I want to make the best videos that anybody releases on both of their retirements. So hopefully we can live up to that standard, but we'll see. We had the biggest J.J. McCarthy video and it almost came true. So
you're half game away from getting the chance.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyways, so Vikings outlook, and then we'll give this away here again. Everybody giving away the Justin Jefferson 1,000-yard receiving this year card. Get the hashtags goals in the comments, like the video, and subscribe. I'll get this stuff going here. Obviously, I think next week me and Casey are actually going to come on and we're going to do an award show. We're going to do our awards for every player this season. I'm sure we'll make it funny and all that good stuff. So definitely be here for that. And then we'll do a real offseason outlook. But I think it's fair to say that the first thing for this offseason is whether or not Brian Flores is going to be back and the impact of that, which feels pretty like severe. But Sodak in the building. What up, Sodak?
What's going on, man? But yeah, I think it's definitely, that's number one. What happens to defensive coordinator? And if he leaves, how do you replace him? And then it's just like getting back, obviously, under the salary cap and then making that final determination on what you're going to do at quarterback. Because look, if you decide to be aggressive and go after Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, those type of guys, word will get out about that. And if word gets out about that, that does come back to McCarthy, and I could see it kind of murking the waters in that relationship. But also, like McCarthy said, he feels like he's played well enough to start, but he knows he hasn't actually earned that opportunity yet. So it's going to be making that determination on how aggressive do you want to be at backup quarterback. That's kind of the next thing. And then after that, it's free agency draft. And if it's going to be crazy, what are you going to do to improve that? Like free agency, fine and dandy. You've done well in free agency. I'll give you that. But the draft, as we've seen, when the free agency doesn't work, we have not had enough solid draft picks to make up for that. So, yeah. And look, we're going to have a ton of picks in this draft. And there's going to be a ton of opportunities for him to get some good players. And with the way the salary cap looks like, yes, we'll find a way to get back under it, but we're going to need some immediate impact type players. And I think we're going to have like 4 picks in the top 100. So there's going to be opportunities for that, but you got to be able to hit them. And I know and he's given people no reason to believe that he's going to. Like, yeah, Dallas Turner's coming around. Jordan Addison's been solid. Donovan Jackson looked solid this last year too. But those are, easy first round picks that are just there for the picking, right? Like, what can you do otherwise? Like, does he get too cute and make these trade backs again? Or is he just stick and pick BPA? Like, there's no reason to believe that he's going to figure it out, but he needs to figure it out. Yeah.
Yep. And I agree with that. And we stood up for Kwesi, and I would say that this, like we said for everybody, I would say this season was like, yeah, it's a problem that we are not hitting on these, even though there's like Dallas Turner. There's some question marks on some of his draft picks for sure. And if he comes out, the reality is if he comes out and has a good draft this year, and some like J.J. McCarthy turns out, Dallas Turner turns out, Donovan Jackson continues turns out, Jordan Addison at that, Will Reichard at that point, you're like, wait a second, it's not as bad as we all thought.
Right, we're getting Jay Ward contributions. Like honestly, the biggest. Like that first draft really put the damper on things, right? Like passing Kyle Hamilton, trading back, Lewis Cine doesn't work out, trading around and taking Andrew Booth, who didn't work out, and then Ingram, and he didn't work out here. So like that first draft was really it all started there with that first trade,
and very fair,
and that left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths for sure.
Yeah, and to this, dude, that's the kind of sucky thing. Him and McCoy probably aren't making there, and I agree with you here, Big Raylan, where it's like I haven't looked at Terrell or anything, so I don't know how I feel about how skillful he is or whatever. But I did look at because he's like the next cornerback that's around our area, and like you said, he is kind of short. He's like 1.8 or what 5'11", 180. Mm-hmm. So it is kind of. I know as Viking fans, like we want some height back there, for sure. So we'll see what happens here. Kwesi, he did blow his first impression on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what's going to happen with that.
Had Lewis Cine turned out like some of us thought Lewis Cine would have, it would have looked a little bit better.
Would have looked a lot better, but it didn't. And and everyone else, like his third round picks that are the obvious, like my picks. I don't know if it's him specifically, but the ones that you're passing up, like you're picking guys that are probably going to get picked in like the 4th or 5th round.
Yeah,
like
I
stop
mean,
doing that. Just go best player available once you get to the 3rd round.
Caleb Evans was an F. A major failure.
Or Felton. Caleb Evans, Felton.
Had an easy.
Makai Blackman is one of them. Makai Blackman, I get you could probably say that. I think I still don't think he did great in coverage for the Colts, but he did have some interceptions for sure this year.
Yeah, but he still wasn't. I mean, he definitely wasn't worth it. But
yeah, so it's like in the 3rd round, like just pick best player available on anyone's ranking. I don't care. Instead of reaching for your guy in those rounds. Anyways, let's do this thing. Justin Jefferson card right here on the plaid. 3, 2, 1. Boom. We pick 5 names. 5 names make it to the duck race. Whoever wins the duck race wins the card. Y'all know how it goes. You got to be here to win. And FT Maddie with the hashtag skull right when his name gets picked. Perfect timing over there. So I'm assuming you're here. Oops. You guys are going to be watching me. This is going to be extra hard because you guys aren't even going to be able to watch it go. Okay. Put that in there. Oops. Aaron's in here.
Is this this is the Oregon tight end, right? Right, Nick? I would actually be okay with that. Like, if we get rid of Hawk, I would be okay with taking a tight end the first time.
Darren, are you there? Here, I'm gonna switch this. Yeah, FT Maddie is here. Darren, are you here, my guy?
Darren should be.
Didn't need windows. I don't forget the trades. Nick, he can block.
We talked about that.
All right, I'm going to keep going. Darren, let us know if you're here, my guy. All right, keep on going. And we've got boom. Big Raylan.
Big Raylan's here. He just commented.
So okay, I'm going to keep on going. Darren, let us know. And we've got, boom. Oh, Darren is here. George Blood. George, are you here? Darren, I'll put the real Sir D, whatever. The real Sir D. No. I'm just going to put the real for you, Darren. George is in here. All right. One more. Final one. Got to be here to make it to the duck race. George is in this. 2, 1. Boom. Bob Swede. Swede, are you here? I think Bob Swede's, he's just on a heater. He is on an absolute heater. Swede, let us know. I haven't seen
him in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. He's probably like, I'll let someone else win this time. I swear, I think he's definitely beaten the Sarah. He's beaten the Sarah thing, especially with Sarah. We weren't doing these duck races. So the fact that you like make it into the duck race and then win the duck race.
Oh, he is. All right.
And he is in here.
All right.
Let's see if he can keep it up. Let me switch over here. Share screen. Duck race. We got the names here. FT Maddie, Big Braylon, the real Sir Death, a.k.a. Darren, George, Blunt, and Bob Swede. 45 seconds set. What are we thinking for numbers? Let's go either 22.
No, God. 22 or 30.
We'll start out 22. If we don't like it, we're going to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That one works.
I think that's all right. Yeah.
That works. Like okay. All right. Let's get it. He said do ham. No, we'll stick with Harry. We'll do ham next time. All right. 3, 2, 1. Boom. And we are off. We need the Will the Thrill card. If I do have Will the Thrill. Darren, if you win this, if you'd rather have Will the Thrill, I'll give you one. We got Swede in the early lead here. Maddie chilling in the back. George in the back. The
not
real
a bad place to be.
Death. Yeah, usually not. But sometimes we've seen it before. Say it every time, but we do see it before. We'll see what happens here.
Maddie, he's just chill. He's chilling.
Maddie,
He's
Maddie bouncing off the back.
A little bit too much for me. Is him just be chilling back there that long.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's hitting.
Oh yeah.
He's hitting hard.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, Big Raylan's trying to push too, though. The real sir death. Dang, George is flying.
Oh,
George is flying.
No,
it's gonna.
Maddie. Yep. Okay.
Yep. FT Maddie with the Jefferson prestige. Let's go. So, obviously, FT, I got all of your information. So, yeah, we should be there.
That's close. There we go. That's better.
Oh, yeah. Oops. Maddie, let's get it.
Yeah, obviously, as we talked about, no more Thursday shows. We will be on every Monday. Yeah, like Jamie said, next week we're going to do a little our season awards show. We'll see how we plan that, but I have some ideas for that. We'll do that, and then we'll do a kind of more in-depth like off-season outlook the week after that. And then from there, probably get into some free agency, draft stuff.
Let's do it. What are we thinking here, too?
For what?
The bet is whether or not Harrison Smith will actually retire.
I don't know.
How about
the bet now? I'm saying no. I'm sorry. I'm saying he retires. I'm saying he retires.
Yeah. I say, how about this? If Casey wears his, we haven't worn him at all this year, but
that's right.
I suck at drafting or whatever sweatshirt. The Packer shirt. He has to wear a Packer item on stream if he retires.
So you think he? So what if I win? Then what is?
Yeah. What is Big Raylan? What's your side of the bet?
$50 super. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Big Raylan, what's your side of the bet? How about this, Casey? We both have to wear something Packer, which I think those shirts count. Chiefs heads.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
So we both have to wear Packers stuff for a show if Harrison Smith doesn't retire.
Big Raylan buys us a beer at Skullfest next year.
Oh, that's too long. He has to buy us a beer right
now, literally right today,
right here, right now.
Buy me a 12-pack.
Oh yeah, we'll probably get the mocks rolling. We're probably gonna $25
gift card. Okay, I like it.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah.
But we'll probably do some mock drafts. We'll probably release our first mock draft on our just regular straight up pretty soon here.
Again, when did it happen once? That never happened.
He didn't even lose a bet for that. But all right, everybody. Yeah. We'll start the mocks here soon. I know Bob Sweet will definitely like that. And then actually look out for our first mock sometime this week, actually. And all that good stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys. We know it was a tough season. We know there's a lot of, and it's going to continue, a lot of back and forth, a lot of different opinions of what needs to happen. But we appreciate you guys sticking with us all season long. It's going to be another exciting, fun-filled off season with a lot of different debates, a lot of topics, a lot of interest, a lot of interesting, like, what do we do from here? There's going to be a lot of that going on. But I'd rather be nowhere else talking about that stuff than right here, Monday Night GG Sports Podcast. Again, thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys next week.